Hong Kong, March 18, 1982. Friday evening, 9:15 p.m. The Red Dragon restaurant sits on a narrow side street in Wan Chai district, squeezed between a traditional medicine shop and a mahjong parlor. Outside, neon signs flicker in Cantonese characters, casting red and blue shadows on wet pavement. The air smells of cooking oil, cigarette smoke, and the harbor wind that carries the scent of fish and diesel fuel. Inside, the restaurant is exactly what it appears to be. A working-class establishment where dock workers, taxi drivers and small-time businessmen come for cheap noodles and stronger drinks. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead. The floor is concrete painted red. 20 small tables covered in plastic tablecloths. A television in the corner plays Hong Kong action movies with the sound turned down. At table 12 in the back corner near the kitchen sits Jackie Chan. He is 28 years old, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 145 pounds. He wears a simple white button-down shirt, dark slacks and black leather shoes. His hair is longer than it appears in his films, slightly unkempt. His face shows the accumulated wear of 8 years performing dangerous stunts. A small scar above his left eye, calloused knuckles, the lean muscle definition of someone who uses his body as a professional tool. Jackie is not supposed to be here. 3 hours ago, he finished filming the final scene of Dragon Lord, his latest action comedy for Golden Harvest Studio. The wrap party is happening right now at an expensive restaurant in Central District, where the producer, director and lead actors are celebrating with champagne and imported food. But Jackie skipped the party. He comes to places like the Red Dragon to remind himself where he came from, to eat the food he grew up eating, to sit among people who do not care about movie stars or Hong Kong cinema. People who work with their hands, who understand struggle, who have never heard of Jackie Chan the actor. Tonight, Jackie orders what he always orders: wonton noodle soup, char siu pork and jasmine tea. He sits alone, reading a Hong Kong newspaper, trying to disappear into the background. For 30 minutes he succeeds. Then 6 men walk through the door. They enter like they own the place, which, in a way, they do. This is Triad territory, specifically the domain of the 14K Triad, one of Hong Kong's oldest and most violent organized crime syndicates. The Red Dragon pays protection money to the 14K. The owner's daughter married a 14K member. Most of the regular customers know not to cause trouble here. The 6 men spread out through the restaurant with practiced efficiency. This is not their first time intimidating civilians. They range in age from early 20s to late 30s. All of them wear dark clothing. 3 of them have visible tattoos on their hands and necks, traditional Chinese designs that indicate rank within the organization. The leader is a man called Tiger Wu, though that is not his real name. He is 34 years old, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds of muscle built in prison weight yards and back alley fights. His face bears the marks of a violent life: broken nose, scar along his jaw, eyes that have seen too much and feel too little. Tiger Wu runs protection rackets, illegal gambling and prostitution in this part of Wan Chai. He has been arrested 12 times and convicted twice. He spent 4 years in Stanley Prison for assault with a deadly weapon. He is not a man who backs down from confrontation. Tonight, Tiger Wu is here on business. 2 days ago, the owner of the Red Dragon missed his monthly protection payment. 500 Hong Kong dollars. Not a large sum for most businesses, but significant for a struggling restaurant. The owner promised the money would be ready by Friday evening. It is now Friday evening. Tiger Wu is here to collect. But when he looks around the restaurant, Tiger Wu sees something that changes his priorities. At table 12, reading a newspaper, sits Jackie Chan. Tiger Wu recognizes him immediately. Not as a movie star, but as a symbol of everything he hates about modern Hong Kong. Jackie Chan represents success without crime, fame without violence, respect earned through talent instead of fear. To Tiger Wu, Jackie Chan is a reminder that there are other ways to live, other paths to power. Ways that do not require intimidating restaurant owners or beating money out of frightened shopkeepers. Tiger Wu hates being reminded of that. He signals to his men. Without speaking, they understand. The protection money can wait. Tonight they have a more interesting target. Jackie notices the change in atmosphere before he sees the men approaching. The restaurant goes quiet. Conversations stop. The elderly woman behind the counter moves slowly toward the back room. Regular customers look down at their food, avoiding eye contact. Jackie has grown up in Hong Kong. He knows what this silence means. He folds his newspaper carefully, sets it beside his bowl and looks up. 6 men now surround his table. They do not sit down. They stand in a loose circle, blocking any easy path to the door. Their body language is unmistakable. This is not a friendly conversation. Tiger Wu speaks first. His voice carries the accent of someone who grew up in the poorest parts of Hong Kong, educated on the streets rather than in schools. Jackie Chan, Tiger Wu says. His tone is conversational, almost polite. I know who you are. Jackie nods slightly. Good evening. You're a movie star. Famous man. Rich man. Tiger Wu's eyes are flat, emotionless. But tonight you are in wrong restaurant. This is our neighborhood. Jackie takes a sip of his tea. His movements are calm, controlled. He has been in this situation before. Not exactly this situation but close enough. Growing up in Hong Kong's poorest districts, attending the harsh Chinese opera school, working as an extra in Shaw Brothers films, he has encountered men like Tiger Wu many times. I am just eating dinner, Jackie says quietly. I do not want any trouble. Tiger Wu smiles. It is not a pleasant expression. But trouble wants you. The conversation could go several directions from here. Jackie could apologize, pay money, leave quietly. Most people would. Most people understand that 6 against 1 are not favorable odds, especially when the 6 are professional criminals who make their living through violence. But Jackie Chan is not most people. What kind of trouble? Jackie asks. Tiger Wu's smile widens. The kind that teaches movie stars to show respect. You come into our neighborhood, eat our food, but you do not pay respect to men who control the street. One of Tiger Wu's associates steps closer to Jackie's table. He is younger, mid-20s, eager to impress his boss. His hand rests on something in his jacket pocket. Probably a knife, possibly a small hatchet. Triads favor blade weapons over guns because they are quieter and do not attract police attention. Maybe movie star needs lesson about real fighting, the young man says. Not dancing for cameras. Jackie sets down his teacup. The movement is slow, deliberate. When he speaks, his voice remains calm. I have paid for my food. I have not bothered anyone. I will finish eating and leave. Tiger Wu laughs. You will leave when we say you leave. After you show proper respect. What respect do you want? Kneel down. Apologize for entering our territory without permission. Give us whatever money you have. The restaurant remains absolutely silent. 20 other diners watch this confrontation, but no one moves to help. No one calls the police. In 1982 Hong Kong, people mind their own business, especially when triads are involved. Jackie looks around the table at the 6 men. He is calculating odds, distances, angles. Not because he wants to fight, but because he recognizes that fighting may be inevitable. Tiger Wu mistakes Jackie's silence for fear. What is wrong, movie star? Not so brave without cameras and stunt coordinators. Jackie finishes the last of his tea. He places the cup carefully on the saucer. I do not want to hurt anyone, he says quietly. Tiger Wu and his men burst into laughter. The idea that Jackie Chan, outnumbered 6-1, surrounded with no weapons, could hurt them is absurd. Hurt us? Tiger Wu wipes his eyes. Movie star thinks he is tough? Jackie stands up. The movement is fluid, controlled, without any visible preparation. One moment he is sitting at the table, the next he is standing. But something about the way he rises, the perfect balance, the ready positioning of his feet, the relaxed alertness in his posture, makes Tiger Wu's laughter fade. Sit down, Tiger Wu orders. Jackie remains standing. I will pay my bill and leave. You will kneel down and apologize. No. The word hangs in the air for 3 seconds. In Triad culture, direct refusal is unacceptable. Tiger Wu cannot back down now without losing face in front of his men, losing respect in the organization, losing his position in the criminal hierarchy. He nods to his associates. What happens next takes 15 seconds. The young man who spoke earlier reaches into his jacket, pulling out a butterfly knife. He flicks it open with practiced speed, the blade catching the fluorescent light. He steps toward Jackie, knife leading. Jackie moves. Not away from the knife but toward it. He steps inside the young man's reach before the blade can establish distance. His right hand closes around the knife hand, controlling the weapon. His left hand strikes the young man's solar plexus. Not a movie punch but a precise impact that shuts down the nervous system. The young man drops the knife and folds over, unable to breathe. Jackie guides him to the floor, gentle despite the violence. Total time, 3 seconds. The remaining 5 men react with fury and disbelief. Their youngest member just got neutralized by a movie actor. This cannot stand. They attack simultaneously. Tiger Wu throws a wide right hook aimed at Jackie's head. At the same time, 2 men grab for Jackie's arms while a 4th moves to tackle him from behind. The fifth man circles around the table, trying to cut off any escape route. Jackie's response is not choreographed movie fighting. It is street combat learned in the hardest parts of Hong Kong, refined through years of martial arts training, adapted for real violence with real consequences. He ducks Tiger Wu's punch while simultaneously striking upward with his elbow. The elbow catches Tiger Wu in the ribs, cracking at least two of them. Tiger Wu stumbles backward, gasping. The two men grabbing for Jackie's arms find themselves holding empty space as Jackie slips between them, using their momentum against them. He redirects their energy so they collide with each other instead of capturing him. The man attempting to tackle Jackie from behind discovers that tackling a professional stuntman who has spent 15 years learning to fall safely is a mistake. Jackie goes down as planned but rolls with the impact, using the man's own weight to throw him over and into the wall. The fifth man coming around the table runs directly into Jackie's foot. Not a high kick, not a fancy technique, just a simple front kick to the midsection that stops his advance and doubles him over. Total time, 8 seconds. Jackie is now standing in the center of the restaurant, surrounded by 6 men who are all on the floor in various stages of injury and confusion. None of them are permanently damaged, no broken bones, no serious cuts, no life-threatening trauma. But all of them are neutralized. The restaurant patrons stare in amazement. They came here for noodles and witnessed the fastest, most one-sided fight in Wan Chai history. Jackie looks down at Tiger Wu, who is clutching his ribs and trying to stand. "I told you I did not want to hurt anyone," Jackie says. "But you did not listen." Tiger Wu's eyes are filled with rage and humiliation. In his world, reputation is everything. Being defeated by a movie actor, in front of witnesses, in his own territory, is worse than a physical beating. It is social destruction. "This is not over," Tiger Wu gasps. Jackie walks to the counter, pulls out his wallet and places money next to the cash register. Enough to pay for his meal plus a substantial tip. He turns back to Tiger Wu. "Yes, it is over. If you are smart, it ends here. We know where you live. We know where you work. We will." Jackie steps closer to Tiger Wu. When he speaks, his voice is quiet enough that only Tiger Wu can hear him. "I have spent 10 years learning to fight with weapons, without weapons, against one person, against many people. I train 6 hours every day. I can break boards with my hands and bricks with my feet. But more importantly, I know people who can make you disappear completely if you threaten me or anyone I care about." This is not entirely true. Jackie does not have connections to rival Triad organizations or corrupt police officials. But Tiger Wu, suffering from broken ribs and wounded pride, is not thinking clearly enough to question the claim. Jackie continues, "You have 2 choices. Walk away and forget this happened. Or continue making threats and discover that movie stars have friends you have never heard of." Tiger Wu stares into Jackie's eyes and sees something that makes him reconsider his position. Not fear, not anger, but complete confidence. The confidence of a man who has faced much worse than 6 street criminals and survived. Tiger Wu makes his choice. "We leave," he tells his men. One by one, the 6 men pick themselves up off the floor. The young man with the knife is still having trouble breathing. 2 others are limping. Tiger Wu holds his ribs carefully as he moves toward the door. Before leaving, Tiger Wu turns back to Jackie. "Movie star got lucky tonight." Jackie shakes his head. "Movie star trained for 20 years. Luck had nothing to do with it." After the Triads leave, the restaurant remains silent for almost a minute. Then conversations gradually resume. The elderly woman behind the counter approaches Jackie's table. "Mr. Chan," she says in Cantonese. "Thank you." "For what?" "For showing them that not everyone can be intimidated." Jackie sits back down at his table. His wonton soup is cold, but he finishes it anyway. His hands are steady. His breathing is normal. To any observer, he appears completely calm. But inside, Jackie's mind is racing. He has just done something incredibly dangerous. Not the physical confrontation. That was manageable. The dangerous part is making an enemy of organized crime. Triads do not forgive humiliation. They do not forget disrespect. Tiger Wu may have chosen to retreat tonight, but this incident will be remembered. Jackie knows that his life just became more complicated. Over the next 3 weeks, Jackie increases his personal security. He varies his daily routine. He avoids places where he might be vulnerable to ambush. He tells no one about the restaurant incident, not his manager, not his stunt team, not even his closest friends. But Hong Kong is a small city where word travels fast. The story spreads through Wan Chai first, then throughout Hong Kong's working-class districts. Restaurant workers who witnessed the fight tell their families. Taxi drivers who heard second-hand accounts tell their passengers. Within 2 weeks, every martial arts school in Hong Kong has heard some version of what happened at the Red Dragon. The details grow in the telling. In some versions, Jackie fought 10 men. In others, he threw Tiger Wu through a window. In the most elaborate retellings, Jackie single-handedly defeated an entire Triad organization. But the core truth remains consistent. Jackie Chan faced 6 professional criminals alone and won decisively. The story reaches Golden Harvest Studio through Raymond Chow, the producer who discovered Jackie and guided his early career. Chow calls Jackie into his office to discuss what he has heard. "Jackie, I need to know if these stories are true." Jackie hesitates. Admitting the incident happened might bring unwanted attention from police, media, or rival triads. Denying it might preserve his privacy but could be seen as cowardice. "Some of what you heard is probably true," Jackie says carefully. "How much?" "I was eating at a restaurant. Some men wanted money. I refused to give it to them. There was a brief disagreement." Chow stares at him. "A brief disagreement that left 6 Triad members on the floor?" "I defended myself." Chow is quiet for almost a minute, processing this information. "Jackie, do you understand what this means for your career?" Jackie assumes Chow is worried about negative publicity, criminal connections, potential danger to film productions. "I can handle any problems that arise," Jackie says. Chow shakes his head. "You misunderstand. This is not a problem. This is the best thing that could have happened to your career." "What do you mean?" "Hong Kong audiences love action movies, but they have always wondered if the actors could really fight. You just proved that Jackie Chan is not acting. When you throw punches on screen, when you dodge attacks, when you face multiple opponents, the audience will know it is real because they have heard what you can do in real life." Chow's prediction proves accurate. When Dragon Lord is released 3 months later, it becomes Jackie's biggest box office success to date. Audiences watch his fight scenes with new intensity, new belief. The choreography looks more dangerous, more authentic because everyone has heard stories about what Jackie did at the Red Dragon restaurant. But the impact goes beyond box office numbers. Hong Kong's film industry is built on a system where actors are expected to be glamorous but not threatening, talented but not powerful. Movie stars are supposed to be harmless entertainment, separate from the real world where actual violence occurs. Jackie's restaurant incident breaks that barrier. For the first time, a Hong Kong action star has proven that his on-screen persona reflects genuine capability. When Jackie Chan fights in movies, he is not pretending to be dangerous. He is demonstrating skills he actually possesses. This authenticity becomes Jackie's signature advantage over every other action star in the world. Audiences cannot get this feeling of reality from Hollywood actors who rely on stunt doubles and special effects. They cannot get it from other Hong Kong actors who learned martial arts for movies but never tested their skills in real confrontations. Only Jackie Chan offers the certainty that what you see on screen is what actually exists. The restaurant incident also changes how Jackie approaches his film career. Before that night, Jackie performed dangerous stunts primarily to create spectacular entertainment. The risk was part of the job, necessary for producing exciting action scenes. After that night, Jackie realizes that his willingness to face real danger, whether in movies or on the street, is what separates him from every other performer in the world. The danger is not just part of his job, it is his unique value proposition. This understanding drives Jackie to take increasingly extreme risks in his subsequent films. If audiences believe he is truly fearless, he must continue proving that belief is justified. But the most profound impact of the restaurant incident is not professional but personal. For 15 seconds at the Red Dragon, Jackie Chan was not an actor, not a performer, not an entertainer. He was simply a man who refused to be intimidated, who stood his ground against overwhelming odds, who protected his dignity through skill and courage. That version of Jackie Chan, the man who fought 6 triads and won, becomes the template for every character he plays for the rest of his career. The determined underdog who faces impossible odds. The ordinary person who becomes extraordinary when tested. The man who never backs down, never gives up, never surrenders his principles. Hong Kong, 2019. 37 years after the restaurant incident. Jackie Chan, now 65 years old, gives a rare interview about his early career. The interviewer asks about the most important moment in his professional development. "People expect me to talk about my first major film role, or my first Hollywood success, or winning an Oscar," Jackie says. "But the most important moment happened in a cheap restaurant when I was 28 years old. What happened? I learned the difference between acting brave and being brave. Acting brave means you pretend to be courageous when cameras are rolling and people are watching. Being brave means you do the right thing when you are alone, when no one is watching, when there is no script to follow. Which are you? Jackie smiles. I try to be the same person on screen and off screen. That night at the restaurant, I discovered what kind of person I really am. The restaurant incident became a Hong Kong legend not because of the violence, but because of what it represented. In a city where organized crime often intimidates ordinary citizens, where power is typically exercised through fear, one man proved that courage and skill could overcome bullying and threats. Jackie Chan did not set out to become a street legend that night. He just wanted to eat dinner in peace. But when forced to choose between dignity and safety, between principle and convenience, he chose to fight. And that choice defined not only his character but his career. The 6 men who confronted Jackie Chan at the Red Dragon restaurant thought they were dealing with a movie star pretending to be tough. They discovered they were facing a martial artist who happened to make movies. That discovery changed everything. For Jackie Chan, for Hong Kong cinema, and for everyone who believes that standing up to bullies, no matter how dangerous, no matter how outnumbered, is always the right choice. The Red Dragon restaurant closed in 1987, demolished to make room for a shopping mall. But the legend of what happened there on March 18, 1982, lives on. Because sometimes 15 seconds is enough to prove who you really are. And sometimes, proving who you are changes the world.